Brazil is one of the world's largest meat producers. Visiting Brazil's countryside, one can see several herds of cattle, flocks of chicken and pork farms, as well as fish-raising farms. That is why Brazilian animal meat numbers are so robust and big. Every year we slaughter millions of animals. But did you know that on average, 35% of the weight of each animal will not end up at our fork? The weight is called byproducts, bones, offal, fat, leftovers, and other parts of the animal. Parts that are not among the eating habits of Brazilians and do not go for human consumption. Nothing is lost, but instead it's rendered. That's where the animal rendering industry comes in, giving environmental sustainability to animal production. Thanks to this industry, which processes 100% of what is collected, about 12.5 million tons of slaughtered byproduct per year are rendered into meals, fats, gelatins, and blood-derived products. By having a responsible and safe destination, this byproduct generates about 3.5 million tons of protein meals and 1.9 million tons of animal fat. And do you know what we can do with all these meals and fats produced? A lot. Animal feed, fertilizer, cosmetics, gelatins, and even biodiesel. There are so many uses that there is no time to show everything in this video. And the animal rendering industry handles all this volume with both responsibility and food safety. Let's see how this process is done. The byproduct is collected in slaughterhouses and butcher shop, transported by closed trucks, arriving at the renderer within 24 hours. And you can be sure the process has full traceability, from the source of the byproduct to the sale of the finished product. The reception of the byproduct happens at a place called the wet area. After being received, it passes through a crusher and is further transported through pipes and screw conveyors, reaching the cooker. The cooker is a device where the material is heated at high temperatures. This is where all microorganisms are killed, and the water is boiled from the solids and fats. This equipment is monitored by a modern system that guarantees optimal heat treatment. But beware, from the cooker on, the product is sterile and enters in a new area called the dry area, where people must wear proper clothes and clean themselves in a sanitary barrier, following the standard sanitizing operation procedures. After the cooker, the material goes through another machine, the screw press, resulting in two different products. The solid material goes to the miller and turns into animal protein meals. The fat goes through a decanter to have solids removed. See, all that byproduct is rendered, turning into something useful and safe. Meals are packaged or bulk transported, and the fats go to heated tanker trucks for transport. These products are marketed to several industries in Brazil and abroad. Throughout this process, the industry quality control team and its lab team conduct an established test protocol to ensure the product's standardization and microbiological safety, meeting legal and customer requirements. But you may have been wondering, does this activity smell? The answer is yes. There is a typical rendering smell. However, all gases generated at the process are treated in the industry by several filters before being released into the atmosphere. The outcome are emissions totally free of contaminants. If this byproduct were not rendered, it would decay into dumps and landfills and household waste, creating much more unpleasant odors. Serious risks to the environment, animal, and public health would rise up if not rendered. And we have many other environmental friendly factors in animal rendering. It is an industry that generates a lot of water that can be reused in the factory or treated, returning with quality to the environment. The use of meals and fats in several markets prevented the plantation of 2 million hectares of corn and soybean in 2018. In addition, the sector generates 54,000 direct jobs. All this work done by the Brazilian renderers, giving the proper destination to slaughter's byproducts, also results in exports to over 50 countries, generating over $100 million in sales. In addition, to meet customers' requirements, all meals and fats are produced in registered industries, inspected and certified by governmental authorities. And when we look to exports, the very positive growing is expected. The success of the Brazilian Renderers Project, promoted by ABRA in partnership with Apex Brazil, seeks to expand Brazilian meals and fats exports. It's the animal rendering from Brazil to the world. See, here in Brazil, we respect the environment. We efficiently combine production and environmental preservation. We recycle every byproduct from the meat chain, and we know how to have the best of it. Always with great quality and responsibility.